YouTubers, good morning. This is Love Angel. These are your overall universal messages for May 9th, 2017. I am doing this for relationships specifically, love relationships, love of your soul, soulmate, twin flame, divine partnership. You know what your relationship is in relation to who you are viewing this video for in relation to yourself. Now, I did intuitively pick up some messages today on my morning walk. And, it's the yearning for communication, okay? Everybody wants to communicate, yet no one is taking a step forward to communicate. And what I'm picking up is that it's, that last bit of residual fear of what the outcome is going to be from the communication. The thing is that, it's coming into a complete wholeness within yourself and being 100% confident in the knowing of the unconditional love that you hold within yourself, and that the focus on the response of the person who, excuse me, you believe is the lover of your soul, your twin flame, regardless of where they're at on this journey. It's the intuitive message that everybody wants this communication, yet nobody is communicating. So we're going to see where this communication lies, and, it's really just getting into a place within yourself that it doesn't matter what the outcome is with the communication. It's just that the communication needs to happen in order for you both to understand what drew you apart in the first place, and that was, the fear of love, and what's drawing you back is love, because of the connection that you two actually really do share on a deeper level. But it's, judgment of others, listening to others, distance, any sort of, circumstantial situations that really need to be, completely released in order to move this forward. So that's what I was picking up this morning on my walk. Nothing really crazy happened, groundbreaking. So, just the usual. Okay. Hold that bitch. So there's your first angel message. Let's do the romance angels here. And if anybody would ever like a personal reading with me, I do record them, by video. They can be delivered to your email so that you can, review them as often as you want. Just so you can see what your connection really is, and, in relation to that specific person. Because these are general, they are not going to resonate with everybody. And if they don't resonate with you today, they might resonate with you at another time. Or, maybe the message just isn't specifically for you today, but could be for others. That doesn't mean that past readings, haven't been specifically related to your situation, but just take with you from the reading what actually resonates. And, again, these are general and universal energies. And we are approaching a full moon, I believe, in Scorpio. So there is a lot of transformative energies going on, and I've been feeling them for certain. Could have jumped out of my skin yesterday. I mean, really, what was I just talking about? Cards don't lie, neither do I. It is what it is. Sorry. Okay, so that's it. Really? See what this path is, where we're at on this path today, currently, and what this blocking movement and or where is it moving to? Again, I don't like to read past. You know, I can do past, present, future reads. I was actually intuitively guided to possibly do one of those today. But the thing is like the past is the past, but the residual energy is left over on the path or what's blocking it. So if anything like that comes out, you know, I'm an intuitive reader, so I may read differently than other readers, but it's what works for me. I like to be different, you know. Make the message resonate, perfection. If they don't, maybe they will, maybe they won't later. Is present moment and together in 2017 and the path from this present moment meeting. Again, if you want to scroll through this, feel free. Got a flipper. Got a couple flippers. Got another flipper. It's definitely masculine focus, ladies. Oop, there we go. Ran all over the place. And I intuitively like to leave them where they fell. Okay, that's it. Bottom of the deck, healing, 7 of hearts. In order to what? Have a second chance to redo this relationship. So, let me get these straightened out here. Not going to flip that over yet. And some of these are doubled up with cards, so I'm not even going to look. I'm going to wait. These two fell out on top of the angel message card, and this one, I don't know what it is, fell out on top of the romance angel cards. Okay, so let's go with our first angel message here. Fiona, now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. Okay, so as I stated, a lot of people are wanting communication, wanting to communicate, not knowing how to get this rolling. Okay, now, intuitively, this is something that the feminine energy is wanting from the masculine. And again, this is universal energy, so you know your placement in the relationship regardless. So, you know, it's like a waiting game right now. But the waiting game is because of fears of making the communication, because of what's the outcome going to be, or masculines, you know, worried that they're going to be rejected. And the feminine's worried that they're not going to get what it is that their heart truly desires out of the masculine, or vice versa. That's what's blocking. That's what I just told. Okay. Bottom of the romance angel deck. Archangel Raphael. Oops. I am helping you heal physical challenges in yourself and others. You are a healer like me. Okay, so in order for this to move forward, there has to be that last residual healing to take place, which is fear of rejection, okay? Fear of it not working out in the way intended. It came together, okay, in the way that it did because it was supposed to in order for what? Healing to take place. That last residual healing from past life, past relationships, all of that, okay? So this is what needs to be healed. As you heal, you free up the clogged energies that's blocking the communication. And through that healing, what happens, my friends? There's victory. This was underneath the Seven of Hearts at the bottom of the deck. Okay? Now, let's see what cartomancy cards fell out on top of Fiona. What did I say about the feminine energy wanting communication? This is the feminine energy and the feminine intimacy card. Wanting the truth, wanting fair, and wanting honesty. And the Nine of Clubs indicates the spiritual journey. So now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. This is the spiritual journey, and this is the feminine energy here, wanting this communication, intimacy, and wanting to be treated fair, wanting the truth, and wanting the honesty. But what needs to be understood here is that, as you are on this spiritual journey, as you always have been, and you knew it from the beginning, but you awakened to it through this separation on the journey, okay? Now, the first romance angel card is what? Shocker. Express your love. That's what everybody wants to do, but nobody is making a move. And the reason why it hasn't been divinely coordinated yet is due to the past residual energies and fears of rejection and fear of it not working out. The angels want you to understand that you got to get right with you 150%, regardless of what the outcome is. So you have to be in a state of knowing what it is that your heart truly desires and believe it to be true in yourself because you do deserve it. And love is, again, shared, not earned. And there's just that little bit of doubt that is lying there in regards to this person. But the angels want you to know, once you are 100% with yourself, and you can actually, honestly, within your heart, and within your belief, be okay, regardless of what the outcome is, that's when synchronization will take place in regards to this communication. Because why? At the bottom of the romance angel deck, what do we got? Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together is the message on the card. Yet, they know who your soulmate is because you called them in before you met them. And the angel said, fine, here you go. Because you thought you were going to meet your soulmate and it was going to be all unicorns, rainbows, and fairy dust. It's not. This type of divine partnership comes in to help heal you so that you can come back together. And do what? Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And how do you do this? Through heart-to-heart conversations. That was at the bottom of the deck. You guys watch me shuffle, so no coincidence whatsoever here with Love Angel. Absolutely not. So, what is it that you need to do in order to have this? Regardless of the outcome, correct? Is through what? What is it? Staying optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And the final angel message? Again, what did I just say? Because why? Because you deserve love. And you are lovable. And This card fell out on top of the Angel Romance cards, and I do not know what it is. 10 of Diamonds. Freedom. Freedom. Journey. Completing this in order for expressions of love, heart-to-heart conversations, and actually talking and communicating with each other, not about past circumstances and situations. They are over. But talking about the residual feelings that you were left with and how it is that you came to a deeper understanding of self by way of how you two met and what was ignited inside of you in order to do this. Because I'm for damn certain, without a question in my mind, it has happened with the same person who ignited it within you. Let's see the path here. Now, again, masculine is the heavy energy coming through here because I told you before, the feminine energy is what is waiting for this communication on this spiritual journey here, this spiritual path. So, here we go. Yep. So the first card here is the lack of progression and the setback. And why is that? Because of the separation. This is what masculine is directly looking at this time. The setback and the separation. Over the loss and the deception. Again, this could be a third-party interference, as I stated before. This could have been, gossip. This could have been a past relationship that they got back together with. But now, this lack of progression in this divine partnership through the separation is the residual energy that's still lying behind here, this loss and the deception, because the masculine energy is not sure what the reaction is going to be from the feminine energy because they want to have a physical return after this. Okay? Because the healing, the overall energy of the reading is healing, and through this healing, there's victory. The Three of Clubs. There is a lot of thought in mind in regards to how am I going to do this? It's appearing to me that the masculine energy has made this definitive decision at this time to want a return. They want a return, physically, in physical form, because of the desire of the feminine energy also wanting that intimacy, wanting to be surrounded by the masculine energy, but the masculine also wanting to be surrounded by the feminine. And again, this doesn't matter same-sex, relationships. This is, I'm beyond surface level, okay? This is talking on a deeper level of feelings and emotions and it being conflicted with your beliefs from the past, your false beliefs. This is a completely different paradigm now in relationships. And the shift has taken place by these relationships, or these two meeting each other, triggering the lower energies of fear and separating because it was too good to be true, correct? Too good to be true. There's no way that I wished for you when you came into my life out of the clear blue sky and then left my life. And how could this happen? Okay, so there's a lot of thought going on with the masculine on returning here. And why is that? Because they want to work this out. But they're also working a lot, again, to gain finances, to gain financial stability. Because this indicates the home environment. This is coming from the bottom of the deck behind victory. Again, I told you, there could be some relationships where the masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter because this is general, had to separate themselves from karmic relationships, a partner they were living with, a home environment in general. And they are taking this action in order to change. But what's leaving this new beginning in the upside down position in regards to the masculine being able to manifest this is their fears. okay? But again, this is the freedom card, freedom over the fears, okay? Because the past circumstances no longer exist. The unfortunate events no longer exist. But there's negative emotions attached to that. And the masculine want to communicate. The females, for certain feminine energies, want the masculine to come and communicate. But what's blocking this is the fears. So we really need to heal these fears, okay? Because then this is up in the upright, okay? It's upside down right now. Even though the action, in order to change, is taking place, there's still just that little bit of residual energy, as I said when I was meditating today on my walk, you know, and this is what's blocking it. But this is coming from the bottom of the deck, so, you know, there's victory over all of that. But the victory over all of it is the healing. Because through this healing, then the happy surprises come right onto your path. Steady improvements within the relationship. Because why? Because you're going to be truly expressing the love that you share for each other by having a heart-to-heart conversation and really, really going deep with what it is that you were left with, because you know for a fact, you both do. So this is all that's blocking it here. So this lack of communication, people, here is the King of Spades. This is the masculine energy, but this is, you know, the logic stuck in the mind. Because why? Because of the karmic energies. The last residual karmic energies that need to be worked out. Okay? So the masculine energy, because heavily I'm picking up that it's you that is entering the finish line here in transformation, because you're showing me here that, you know, this is present moment path and this is what it's leading to, you know. But you definitely, excuse me, yeah, see, my throat always does this when communication needs to come through. Okay? Because what it's showing here at this present moment is that the setback and the lack of progression is over the separation. And although wanting communication and heavily working on finances here, what is blocking the physical return is this past loss and deception that is right on top of your back here. This is the karmic energy that you need to work through. Because you want this physical return. And a lot of thought is going into this in regards to wanting to work this out. But the lack of communication is due to these lower energies that need to be healed. And through that is victory overall. And it's no surprise that the Ten of Diamonds fell out on top of staying optimistic and on top of you deserve love. Because why? Because through staying optimistic and knowing your truth in the situation, knowing that, excuse me, you deserve love. And how do you get love? By giving it to yourself wholeheartedly without any sort of conditions on it. And that is why the communication is a bit blocked right now, but it is in the forefront. It is right here, coming in. This is what needs to be done in order for this to happen. This is the thought right now with the masculine. This is what the intentions are, and this is what needs to take place in order for this intention here to happen. By staying optimistic and understanding that you deserve love, releases any sort of conditions on this physical return in order to work this out. Not based off of what the other person's response is going to be, because you know your truth in the situation. That is what the reflection is going to be from the other person. But you need to stop questioning yourself and know that regardless, your truth can be spoken from here, knowing what you have learned through this process in order to move it forward onto a path that is right for both of you. So, my lovelies, these are the messages for today, May 9th, 2017, in relation to where you are at this present moment on this journey and wanting communication. I will be back today with some more videos. I am, working, but I'm also meditating on what it is that the angels and guides want me to bring for you guys today. So, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy. Also, it's 10:10. Bye.